Hey guys, this is Lacey with Jones Physical Therapy. We are out here today in Mandeville at Vida Jiu Jitsu. We're going to talk to Greg, the owner of this place, see what Jiu Jitsu is all about, maybe learn a couple moves because I think one of their classes is getting ready to start. But you guys know that we've been kind of spotlighting some local businesses in the community. Just like we're a local business, we love to support them. So let's go see what this is all about. Hey guys, I am here with Greg, who is the owner of the Jiu Jitsu gym here in Mandeville. If you guys know me, you know that I train right across the way at CrossFit Mandeville. So does Paul, so does Rachel, some of our PTs in Madisonville. So Greg is here today to kind of break it down, give us the who, what, when, where, how, why, right. All that good stuff. Chokes.
Black eyes.
Of Jiu-Jitsu, in case you ever had questions. He's got a pretty cool spot here in Mandeville. So, cheers to you, sir.
Cheers. Thank you, Lacey. Appreciate it.
This is just a little caffeine drink. Don't panic, guys. So Greg, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, my name is Greg Lapin. I own Vida Brazilian Jui Jitsu in Mandeville, right across from the CrossFit gym. So, I see Lacey pretty much daily.
Yep.
And then I have Rachel stick needles in me.
Yep.
At least weekly.
Yep. Paul and Melissa come visit all the time.
That's right. I've been training Jiu-Jitsu seriously now for 4 years. But I started Jiu-Jitsu in 2005.
Okay.
So a long 13 years. Don't let these boyish good looks fool you. I'm a lot older than I look. All right. So I started Jiu-Jitsu in 2005 when I was a policeman in New Orleans.
Okay.
Primarily so I could go home at the end of the night and, survive and fight and take care of myself.
Right.
And rapidly from there I left the police department and went to work for the U.S. government overseas. So I was what you'd call a 10-year white belt.
Okay.
For 10 years, I trained a few months out of the year in between deployments.
Mm-hmm.
I trained in dirt lots overseas with a group of guys occasionally if we were deployed, and other guys trained jiu-jitsu. But I got really into jiu-jitsu in, 2014 when I was assigned over in the United Arab Emirates. The UAE, United Arab Emirates, imports world-class Brazilian black belts. Just like they hire and outsource every other service in the country, they bring in world-class Brazilian black belts to teach jiu-jitsu in the public schools to their law enforcement, to their military.
So that's like their PE.
That's their PE.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Note, if you are involved in public school system here in St. Tammany Parish, all right, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as a physical education.
Love it.
Yeah, elective, it's awesome. Fast forward 4 years, and here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah, here we are. So, super happy. I think we're up to 86 members now. We've only been open 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And, adults primarily. We do have a kids program, as you know. So, super stoked.
Got a ladies class, too, right here.
Got ladies only. Ladies only.
Ladies.
Yep.
Ladies.
So, I don't think women should only train with women because women are not going to get attacked by other women, typically.
Yep. That's right.
Right? However, I do understand that there's a barrier entry.
Yeah.
Women come in and they see guys that look like me all sweaty on the mat and they're like, I don't know if I
I'm not
want
sure about that.
Yeah, so we get a bunch of women here together a few times a week, ladies only.
Yep.
No husbands or boyfriends are even allowed to sit and watch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kick them out. Bye.
Because look, I joke around, but for real, like that mat back there is like, that will show every little insecurity. It is terrifying. The time you step on the mat, like until you get used to it, it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to make sure that this is like a safe space. No judgment zone.
No.
We don't care what your background is, what you did or didn't do in the past, how you feel about yourself, what your self-image is, like this is the safe place, this is the safe space, this is where we can have fun, learn to defend ourselves.
So are you saying that mat is kind of like Vegas? What happens here stays here?
Yes.
Yeah?
Unless you have a black eye, then everybody knows about it.
Well, that's true.
Leave your ego
here.
Egos are allowed in here,
right.
As you can see, right? But we can't bring them in there. We gotta leave them. The door's not wide enough for both of us to fit through.
So tell us about. So it's. Please don't get mad at me. But a lot of people have heard about karate.
Yes.
And not a lot of people have heard about jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
So in karate, you have different belts.
Right.
So explain how that works with jiu-jitsu.
All right. So first off, disclaimer, I'm a fan of all the martial arts.
Yeah.
my initial martial arts experience was in traditional martial arts, Kempo and Jeet Kune Do. Jeet Kune Do is what Bruce Lee pioneered.
Yeah.
Then I got into Muay Thai and into boxing and then into Jiu Jitsu. The belting system in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is a little bit of a lengthier process than traditional martial arts, karate, taekwondo, etc. There's a different belting system for the children until the age of 16, and then 16 and up is where they hit the adult belting system.
So they're considered an adult at 16.
Exactly.
Sorry, kids, but it's still 18 in the state of Louisiana.
Yeah, and you can't be.
And you can't drink.
Exactly. So it is what it is. But you can wear a blue belt at 16.
Woo.
So the adult ranks are white, blue, purple, brown, black.
Okay.
For the lower belts, the colored belts, there are 4 degrees, 4 stripes per belt.
Okay.
And then you get promoted. Black belt, I think. I'm not a black belt, so don't judge me, folks.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Black belt's coming in a few minutes.
My black belt's coming here, but black belt has more degrees. I want to say it's 8 or 10 degrees.
Okay.
And then as you get older in age, it's almost kind of an honorary belt. You get coral belts where it's red and black, red and white, and then solid red when you're like 67, I think. We issue out stripes or degrees on the belt, little piece of tape on that black tab on the belt.
Okay.
And then when you get 4, your next would be the next actual rank, the next color belt.
Minus the ranks again?
White, blue, purple, brown, black.
Okay.
All right. I'm a purple belt. It takes people anywhere from 3.5 to 6 years to get this.
To get a purple belt.
To get a purple belt. So this is the degree tab. Eventually, I'll be getting stripes on here.
Are they purple stripes?
No, they're white.
So all stripes are white?
All stripes are white.
I got it.
Yep.
Okay.
All stripes are white.
So you keep using the term professor. What does that mean?
So professor, once you get your black belt, there's kind of 2 routes black belts can go. They can go to a competitive black belt route or like an instructor black belt route. Now, a lot of instructors will also be competitors as well. But if you see a black belt with a red degree tab, and 2 white bars, caps on the end. That signifies professor, meaning that they've been signed off on by a higher ranking black belt, 4th, 5th degree, etc., to be an instructor, be a professor.
You guys have weight classes, right?
We have weight classes. In competitive jiu-jitsu, we have weight classes. Yeah. In training, we don't.
So competitive jiu-jitsu, there's competitions.
There's competition.
Are there competitions around here?
Yes. Oh, yeah. There's one coming up on the 15th.
Okay.
For a cancer fundraiser.
Yes. Oh.
Competition. There's weight classes. There's ranks so rank first belt.
Right.
Within that belt, weight classes.
Okay.
And then within that, age.
Oh, okay.
On a lot of them.
All right.
Yeah. This all goes back to the start of jiu-jitsu. The way Brazilian jiu-jitsu was founded was, I don't know the date, but long time ago.
We'll quiz you later.
Yeah, exactly. This guy, Mitsuyo Maeda.
They're already Googling it.
Exactly. Oh, let me see the date. How much does this guy know? He's a fraud.
No.
You can come to the mat and roll with me
That's
if you want to see if I'm a fraud or not.
Purple belt. Anyway.
The mat doesn't lie. The box doesn't lie,
The box doesn't lie.
The mat doesn't lie. Mitsuyo Maeda, who was a Japanese jiu-jitsu and judo master, moved to Brazil and started a farm. And these 2 little Brazilian farm boys worked for him. Carlos Gracie and Helio Gracie. Gracie brothers, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Royce Gracie from the famed original UFC, all that stuff. Well, I mean, back in those times, Westerners weren't allowed to learn martial arts, karate, judo, all that stuff. Like, it was super, super secret, right? It was a subculture.
Right.
Well, Mitsuyo Maeda started training the Gracie boys in Jiu-Jitsu and judo as payment for working on the farm.
Okay.
And they morphed it into, they were small guys, they weren't big guys, they morphed into what is now today's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But same sort of thing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was only in Brazil. And I guess maybe in the late 80s, mid to late 80s, it came to Southern California. But same thing, it was super, super secret, super top secret. There were no gyms. The Gracies started training some California Americans, U.S. folks in their garage, just a little bit, like people they became friends with. And if you were a high-level white belt or blue belt at that time, you were
big deal.
A big deal.
When did it,
start flourishing?
Yeah, like I wouldn't say streamline, but like when did it become more popular?
Beginning of UFC.
Okay.
UFC, like UFC 1.
Yeah.
Which, again, I don't know my dates, but that was like
They're already Googling
right,
it.
That was when was UFC 1? Google it. But when Hoist Gracie walked out in his kimono, in his gi, right? Mm-hmm. And he didn't look like anything. You got these big, giant meatheads in there, and he's tapping everyone. He's beating everybody.
Gotcha. What does he do? How
what kind of magic is this?
Right.
How is this skinny, awkward-looking guy beating all these monsters? Right. What kind of magic is this?
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing, you know.
There's certain etiquette as far as stepping onto the mat, listening to the professor, then stepping off the mat, like et cetera, right?
Absolutely.
So, and a lot of that is good to instill in the kids too. So what are some of the things that you guys do? So
kind of going back to the traditional Brazilian roots when it was super secretive, there's a very big code of honor. There is a very big etiquette and manners, absolutely is the right word. But, you know, you come in the gym, obviously the gym is, I say gym here, academy, school is the proper, you know, because that's what it is, but whatever. Exactly.
It's a gym, we hang out, it's fine.
Exactly. And we drink caffeine drinks and hang out.
And
but yeah, so typically you're supposed to wait before you even get on the mat for your coach or professor to invite you on.
Okay.
No shoes, obviously, on the mat. That's a respect thing, and obviously it came from a sanitary thing, so you don't bring bacteria, infections, all that stuff on the mat. You bow on the mat.
Okay.
When you get on the mat, first thing you go do is you shake the instructor's or the highest rank's hand.
Okay.
And then you shake everyone's hand down the ranking order.
So, like, do you line up?
Not really. If we're all in a circle warming up, you just see the belts.
You just pay attention to the belts.
You see the belts and the stripes.
Interesting.
So black belt.
So you have to be quick on your feet.
That's it. And you just look, and then you go shake everyone's hand.
All right.
Right? And we bow in to class. At the end of class, we bow out of class, shake all our teammates' hands. That's kind of the traditional stuff. So yeah, we instill that in the kids.
So I've heard too of, like, I don't know, I guess like the professor says what y'all are about to break into group and do, and then everybody claps.
Yeah.
What's that? Is that just like a thing that y'all do?
Yeah, it's just a thing we do. A lot of gyms do it.
So let's talk about, so it's not so super secretive anymore, right? It's out there for everybody to know about. You guys have been here for a couple months, but you've been doing it for several years. Let's talk about real people in the real world.
Yes.
So who does this?
So I have, let's see, I have a lawyer. Okay. I have a neurologist. I have a police officer. I have some military folks. We have firemen. We have a couple of college kids. We have moms. We have teenage girls.
What's your youngest kid?
We start at 5.
Okay. You told me that there was a fairly significant celebrity.
Oh, yeah.
That recently, what would you call that?
Received her blue belt, was promoted to blue belt.
So, we're going to pause for dramatic effect. Who was it?
Demi Lovato.
What? That's crazy, right, guys? Who would?
Yeah, isn't that cool, Finn?
Yes.
Come here. Come. Hug. Yeah, my boy.
Oh, my goodness.
This is my gym dog, Finn. He does jiu-jitsu with me. All right, go place. Boy. Yeah, Demi Lovato.
The dog listens better than I do.
You know.
Who else? Anybody else that?
Keanu Reeves has been training jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
He started training jiu-jitsu for his role in John Wick and fell in love with it and has been training jiu-jitsu. Who likes watching Modern Family?
Yes. Right.
Ed.
That guy.
Married with Children. Ed, come on. Ed O'Neill.
I'm not good with names.
Ed O'Neill.
Got it.
Is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Black belt.
Yeah.
So is he a competitor or is he a professor?
I don't think really.
Did I ask that question
You
right?
did ask.
Okay.
You did ask that question right.
All right.
I think he wears a red degree tab as like an instructor, but I mean, obviously he just trains. He's a movie star, so he's not teaching.
Right.
Jason Statham.
Okay.
Has been training Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. There's a lot of celebrities that do it.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Joe Rogan. who likes Joe Rogan or doesn't like Joe Rogan. I mean, I don't care if
he doesn't care either.
He doesn't care either, but he's a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu black belt.
I totally see that. Well, I think we all got pretty.
Did we cover everything?
Pretty well versed in Jiu Jitsu.
Did we answer all your questions? That's my
If
concern.
not, please comment and let us know. We'll hit Greg back up. I'm right across the way.
Yeah, or just come on down and see me.
Yes. Okay. So, if you guys don't know where he is located, we are off Highway 22 in Mandeville.
Bookend on Mandinas, if you will.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you
for sitting down with us today.
Appreciate it.